see you there. Hey everybody, it is Kevin again at the Basement at Collectors, and we are doing one of our Reign of Jafar, the new Lorcana set, Rip and Stays, because we're going to be keeping this product right here available for you to trade, buy, sell, have some fun with us here for our Lorcana release party going on tomorrow night. That is Friday, May 30th. We're dressing up in any Disney-based apparel, and remember, a very expansive world in the Disney community, and you can come on by and get a discount on the box. You can also go ahead and get a free pack when you play in the pre-release. So you get a bonus pack just by wearing any Disney-based apparel. The fun starts around 6 o'clock tomorrow here in the Basement at Collectors. Make sure you check that out. So what I did right here is I'm going to go ahead and post the pricing, or I'm looking for the pricing on TCG just to get an idea of where we are right here. So I don't know if, Tony, if you could make my screen live so I can see what we're seeing over there. But what I've got right here is some of the Enchanteds. Thank you, perfect. Some of the Enchanteds right here, starting at the very top. Now, granted, not all, because this is the pre-release, not all the prices are either accurate or even fully have sales yet. So you got to kind of go on. This is just a loose judging guide. You know, prices are going to fluctuate a lot over the next couple weeks. But at the top right now, we've got Lady the Decisive Dog. That's an Enchanted that if we pull out of one of these products would be a really good one. Rapunzel, Jasmine, the Steady Strategist, also an excellent card. And then some other high dollar, just rares that we've got. You've got Lilo causing an uproar, around $20. You got Pinocchio around $15. Stitch around $12. And again, these are the non-foil variants of whatnot. So we're taking a look at this. I want to let you guys know also, I got to crack Palace Heist. This is an awesome update to the Ursula variant of this game because they had the Luminaire quest with Ursula previously. And the product was a really fun game. The actual physical product itself was poorly designed. This box, much better, much higher quality in every regard. And we've, of course, got these for sale. Now, we've also got a bonus going on, too, if you happen to want both of the Illuminaire quests. And by the way, they're an excellent way to experience the Lorcana product, even if you don't have any other ones, because they come with shop decks or decks inside the box themselves that work really well just playing Lorcana, or also versus the Illuminaire quest that you see right here. So we will offer basically both sets for the Illuminaire's quest. That's going to be for Ursula and Jafar, and you'll get $20 off if you buy both. So that's a little shop special we're doing this weekend. If you want to play in the Illuminaire quest, you can get that here at the Basement at Collectors. So, of course, this comes with a Lorcana card that you get to crack and win. When you win the game, you get to open up, see what's inside it. I'm not going to show you right here. You got to go ahead and play the game. You've got, of course, your instruction booklet. Then you've got, now this was entirely my fault because I used the wrong kind of tool opening this box, and I cut the board completely by accident. That's on me. Be careful when you're opening the box. I was taking some plastic off, and I made a goof. But normally it comes together all in one piece. And what you got right here is essentially what was previously in the Ursula set was just a piece of paper. This is a much sturdier, nicer piece of cardboard that usually doesn't have the rip down the middle. But it tells you where your discard goes, where the crown effects goes, the inkwell, and your playboard. So it's a nicer playboard than the Ursula experience. Also, it comes with the 2 decks. It comes with Jafar, and Jafar has a unique mechanic this time around. You have your battlegrounds as well. If you've played this, the Ursula one, these will seem familiar. The Reforged Crown. This is basically a continuation of the storyline from Ursula. In Ursula, she had the Reforged Crown. Then now apparently Jafar stole it. And this particular crown, really fun, because basically, as long as it's on his side of the board, he can't lose. And you can't win unless it's on your side of the board. So there's effects that you use to go ahead and steal the board piece, and then, of course, he can go ahead and steal it back. And it's a really fun time because basically he's got locations now, he's got his very large, powerful creatures, and then he also has this Reforged crown that you have to constantly have on your side. Otherwise, he gains a lot of value off of it. So a really fun upgrade. Someone was asking me, once again, we have a paper box. It'd be nice if they had like a metal of some kind, something a little more sturdy than the paper or cardboard. And I think what they're going to do, because from what I'm hearing, this is kind of like a theme, if you will, between the Illuminaire's quest. They'll probably have another villain set. Maybe they'll use Hades the next time. Maybe they'll use Maleficent the next time. But after a certain amount have been done, I think they're going to do a combo set that'll have all the games together in a really nice, sturdy, like a nice, beautiful board that you'll probably spend $100+ on. But yeah, that's what my feeling is. They're going to basically do like an omnibus of all the games. But really fun way to get into Lorcana. All right, so let's get on to the hits. So the first box I'm going to crack is, of course, one of the troves. These are essentially in any other game a bundle, or in Pokemon similar to an ETB. And so yeah, this will show you exactly what's in here. And these are the routine prices, right around $50, and that's us as well. So what I do at my my personal store over in Brooklyn, Basement Games, I actually use the troves, and they're perfect for displaying your bulk because it has the name of the set on it, and then it comes with, of course, comes with some packs that will crack. It comes with a life counter, very cool, and then it comes with this little collection right here that will basically break down the colors. And so if you have a bunch of bulk cards, like your commons, uncommons, maybe like your bulk rares, you can put them all in here, all by color type. I even break it down by converted mana cost as well, but it's a nice way to sort your collection of stuff. So that's a really nice piece that they've been doing. They also include some life counters, or not life counters, damage counters to add to your effects. And each time you get a new trove, there's a different set of dice, so some people are collecting those. And then a nice little sturdy box that's been the same since the first set, which is nice, because when you're a collector like I am, having an aesthetic where it's all the same is very helpful. All right, so let's get on to the packs that we're looking for, and you get 2, 4, 6, 8. Not bad. Is that 2, 4, 6, 8? Yep, that's how counting works. So you get 8 packs right there. Let's go ahead and crack them. We'll go through them at first. We'll look at the commons and uncommons, and then we'll go ahead and go after, like, we're looking for the meat and potatoes, maybe an enchanted, rares, mythic rares. By the way, if you're in our stream, feel free to comment on some of the polls that you see here. And also, I'd really like to know what y'all think about the new tier of rarity that's coming out in the next set in the 9th chapter, Fabled. There's going to be past super rare and legendary. You already have enchanted, but now we're going to have underneath enchanted, but still higher than legendary, will be epic, and then there will also be iconic above enchanteds. So if you consider enchanteds being 1 per 4 boxes, roughly a case, or maybe 1 per 6 boxes, apparently iconic is going to be, we don't have an exact numbers yet, but they're thinking 1 per maybe 20, 30, 40 cases, something, or many X amount of cases. So it'll be very hard to find these cards. They will likely retail in the thousands of dollars, is my guess. So what do you guys think about that? Adding a true rarity that is basically something the collectors want to go for. The rippers and flippers want to go for that. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about them. If you like Lorcana having a more collector-based asset of people that are following the game, or do you just want to keep it very player-centric and the cards kind of have a minimal value because of that? All right, so let's go ahead and move through this. So there's new support for all these cards. In all the colors, of course. I still think blue, a mono blue colored deck that is using mostly items and item control effects is the way to go. But the meta has definitely shifted. And yeah, we've got some amazing new cards in here, including the new Vanish effect. The Vanish effect is basically similar to in Magic. You have illusions that anytime they're targeted in any way, they basically just get destroyed or they're sacrificed. Very similar effect with these here in the Jafar set. And what it allows it to do is, it is a weaker card. It's weaker to certain effects, like a ping effect, or even challenging it. However, or with an action, I mean. However, you get a creature at a much lower cost. This, normally, if it was a regular creature, would probably cost at least 2, or at least be uninkable. But because it's an illusion, you can reduce the cost of it, giving you an effect that may not be a very long-term effect, but a little bit more strategy. I'm just curious what you guys think about that strategy here in the game of Lorcana. So, of course, in the Lorcana game, there are 6 colors, and when you open a pack, you're going to see all 6. And those are all your commons right there. Let me move these cards here for us. And if you've never played the game of Lorcana before, you basically typically are allowed to use either 1 or 2 colors. That rule is changed when we do a pre-release event like we're doing tomorrow, which is Friday. That's going to be May 30th, and that's our big... in fact, if it's possible to get a graphic up for it, maybe somewhere in the corner, I'd love to have Tony do that for us. But that will be our big release party, where we do this every time we do a Lorcana release. People dress up in costume, something related to Disney, and if they do, they go ahead and get a discount on the product, as well as a bonus pack when they play in the pre-release. Excellent. So, yeah, so we'll just move through these real quickly, and I'll show you some of the additional cards that we've get. Mostly, these are going to be your commons. If they've got the little symbol that looks like this with a squiggle line through it, that's going to be a common. And then your one that looks a little bit more like a book, if you will, that's the symbol there. That's going to be an uncommon. Great job. Thank you, Tony. And then once we go up from common, uncommon, of course, you will have your rarity. Next will be actually rare, and that's going to be the triangle right here. We've got a Geppetto. So I'm just going to put all the colors together, and then we'll do multicolor as its own. And then you have an Archimedes, which is our green one. Fun little owl right there. And then you get a foil slot. In the foil slot is where you have your best chance at getting either an enchanted, of course a foil rare in this particular case, or any of the other variants that are all foil based. So that would also be where in the future sets you would have a chance for an epic or technically an iconic. And Faline, so Bambi got introduced in this particular set, which is kind of cool. I was wondering when they were going to do that. What I really love about Lorcana, I know we're going a little slow here just at first. Once we start going, we'll get cruising. But I love explaining this game because to me, Lorcana is sorcery speed magic, and it's a great entry point for a lot of new players to get into the game. And even if you've never played a TCG trading card game, this is an excellent way to kind of like wet your whistle a little bit and learn the game, the mechanics, because they're very similar to a lot of other games, such as Magic the Gathering. The biggest difference you're going to notice, one is mana. Mana is handled a lot differently in Lorcana, where virtually every card that has this symbol can be turned into mana, which is mana is how you power your deck. And in Magic, there's literally cards called lands that do the same effect, but they also take up additional spaces in your deck, where this allows you to basically use almost any card. And then the decision-making tree becomes a lot different, because now, as opposed to getting rid of a land for your mana base, you got rid of an Archimedes, for example, which you might need later on in the game. So I do like the decision-making tree that you have in the game of Lorcana. Just from a technical viewpoint, it's actually really fun, because typically once you lose a card into your Inkwell, it's there forever. And that just makes it a fun, kind of like, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, so we're moving on. Let's go into pack 2. The two strategies I haven't updated decks in a while. I tried a location-based strategy when locations were popular, and I really liked it, and I hope locations come back. In fact, in the game of the Palace Heist, which I was showing off earlier, this one uses a lot of locations in there. So I know they're not done with locations. It wasn't like a one and done. I think they're just going to return to a more location-based plane in another set. Maybe with Fable the next set. All right, so we'll move on here. And if we find something that looks like a legendary or potentially even enchanted, we'll go ahead and look at the pricing on that to get you an idea of where everything's at on pre-release weekend. All right, our first legendary, or excuse me, super rare. This is going to be Tramp. This, of course, is our Amber and Emerald here. Shift 4, during an opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may draw a card. Really useful. This is actually a red effect. A lot of time red does things like with the queens. That's one of the strategies I utilize, where they reduce your lore or your opponent's lore, and they'll also use effects where when they do damage to a creature or they banish a creature, they get another effect like drawing a card or even gaining lore off of it or things like that. So interesting seeing that in both Amber and Emerald. All right, so we're going to move that over here. Then we have Yasmin, another legendary. It's going to be super rare. And Cusco. Cusco, fun little factoid about, because my girlfriend is very much into Disney, and so I hear all these things. So apparently, the movie Emperor's New Groove, which is where Cusco is from, was supposed to be a musical. And, oh, shoot. Ashley or Des, go ahead and pop in the chat, what's her name? Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt, who plays one of the characters in that movie, she had a musical she put together. It was recorded, but it was never actually put to, celluloid. It was never actually put to film. But they have, illustrations of what it would look like, hand-done illustrations, and it's actually a fabulous song. But, so there's a little bit of Disney trivia. And you know what? I think on Lorcana Days, we really need to do more Disney trivia. Maybe we'll come up with some fun questionoids to give away some fun packs and products tomorrow. You're doing it. That's right. That's the fun of ADHD. I just made the decision. We're doing trivia tomorrow when we do Lorcana Night. I'll just throw some random trivia factoids in. All right, maybe this Cusco thing will be one of them. All right, back to the rip and stay stream. Oh, goodness. And please let me know in the chat if there's any particular new effects, new cards, new mechanics from this set that you guys are really interested in checking out and possibly playing. Remember, for pre-release, whatever packs you open, you can use in that deck that you make. So you don't get restricted by the one or two that you normally would do when you're playing in sanctified games. So in pre-releases, you can use every card, essentially. You start with a minimum 40-card deck. Of course, you can use as many cards as you want. But, being able to play with all the color pie is pretty fun. All right. Walk the plank. Love that pirate tribal right there. Aladdin. Aladdin's seeing a lot of fun. Aladdin was initially just a red card, Ruby, and then he worked his way into blue and steel. So interesting how they're moving the characters around, too. I'd really love to know from somebody who either knows, I'd like to learn how they figure which cards will be in which colors. Like some I think are really obvious, like red Maleficent because of all the red and purple on the creature. That makes sense. But sometimes you'll see an Aladdin that is blue or red. I think I've seen green ones. Did they just hit up all the colors? Now you got blue and steel. So interesting to see what how they get moved around in the color pie. Are there certain characters that are only in certain colors, and they have like a reason why? I'd be curious to know that. Maui right here, another little split card Maui. Maui in every set is gangster. He's always a beast. This is the first time he's actually questing for this much, but always like a big battle axe. I have a bunch of the Enchanteds from the first set. Really love Maui. Scarab new card right here. This is going to, of course, be from Aladdin. This is for 2, return an illusion character card from your discard to your hand. So again, using the illusion tribal there effects. And then, of course, I haven't put together, usually in the sets they'll do some kind of fun art when you put several of the tokens together. So I guess here's our first art because the other ones were storyline pieces. All right, moving along. Tony, how you doing, buddy? All right. That's fair. I think when we find, we're probably going to start with the super rares, which will be the yellow-based ones on the bottom, and see where those might be at. But thank you for reminding me of that. All right, let's get rocking. And typically in a box, I think it comes out to roughly, for super rares, I want to say 4 to 6, 4 to 8, somewhere around there. And then for legendaries, you can have 10, 15, 20. And then for just regular rares, there's usually 1 to 2 in each pack. All right, moving along. Songs that remind you of the better times. They have a Madam Mim in this set that doesn't actually have a bounce ability, and I don't understand because that was always Madam Mim's thing.
Does that have rush?
Does what have rush? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold on. Hit the alarm. Sorry. This is probably a PG-13 thing. I see an Enchanted on the bottom of this. So, all right, first thing we're going to do. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get you a screenshot. So this is our first super rare, okay? This is the highest rarity under Enchanted currently. This is a Rapunzel High Climber. Rapunzel High Climber. And again, this is a Rip and Stay broadcast, so we will have all these cards available for you at the store. Well, right now, actually, as soon as I'm done with this stream. All right, so Rapunzel High Climber. Let's see what she does. She's evasive. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character can't quest during the next turn. Not bad. A little high costed, so it's probably one of the lesser powerful ones, but it turns off the ability of someone else to quest on their turn, and that's not normally something green can do very easily, so that's actually pretty neat. So, oh, wow, I am way off. This is probably way better than I was thinking. This is $23, so this has got to be a pretty solid little piece right here. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing it. All right, so right underneath it, I got a hint that we have an Enchanted pull, which is something you don't always see. So can I get my screen to see what I'm seeing on the camera? Because I want to do this nice and slow like. All right, perfect, thank you. So let's go ahead and take a little peek-see here, because I did see what is, well, let's get rid of the token so we don't have the token confusing us. All right, so yes, we did pull an Enchanted. This was out of a bundle, by the way. So you can get one of these $50 bundles, and you got the same chance of getting an Enchanted as you do out of the big boxes themselves. So this is quite a cool moment right here. And I'm pretty sure Ashley and Des are watching right now, and so like, because they haven't got a chance to pull an Enchanted. Well, at least Ashley hasn't yet. So here's the excitement. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna move up ever so slowly. Now, do I want to release the color? Because I don't want to release the name right away. Let's check out the CMC. That's the converted mana cost at the top. What is the converted mana cost? This will tell everybody where we're at. 7 uninkable. Any guesses in the chat? What card you think this is that's 7 and uninkable? Let's move up a little bit. We'll get some text box here. This reads, back on track. When you play this character and win a request, you may return a racer character card with 6 or less from your discard to your hand. If you do, you gain a lore. Well, this is obviously one of the big racers right there. Wreck-It Ralph! Pew, pew, pew! Yes! On the Rip and Stay program, we cracked live an Enchanted Wreck-It Ralph. Gorgeous with the halo foiling right there. Can't go wrong with that. Beautiful. Wreck-It Ralph sitting at right under $100 on TCG. What a pull, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, well done. All right, let's go ahead. Yes, and Tony, you are a gangster for going ahead and bringing me these penny sleeves. I almost was caught without them. Would have wrecked the whole show. Thank you very much, sir. Well done. This is a Rip and Stay program, so these two cards that I just pulled right here will be in our display case or display booklet at the store, the basement at Collectors, 2705 Hempstead Turnpike, Levittown, Long Island, New York, 11756. Come check us out. We will be open tonight till 11 o'clock and tomorrow all the way through 11 for our big Lorcana-based event that we're doing where everyone's coming out in character and they're going to have a lot of fun in our pre-release. That's awesome. Yo, way to be. Okay, I'm in a great mood. How about you? Heck yeah, I'm putting the money hits right over here. That was 4 packs, 4 out of 8. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. I do wish our Lorcana TO were here. I didn't give him a heads up. That's on me. If Mike is watching right now and wants to roll up for the remainder of the box and get here soon enough, he's welcome to, and I'd love to hear his insight on this. But yeah, that is awesome. So cool. We got a Wreck-It Ralph right there, enchanted. Beautiful. All right, moving along. Here we go. We got ourselves a tramp. And we'll go, where's our... Who said what, that it's sick? Heck yeah. Yes, and we have it here available for trade or sell. Ashley said nice pull, and thank you for watching. That's awesome. Walk the plank. Yes, Ashley, right in the chat. Let's go to our next super rare. The super rare, I believe. Is it super rare or legendary? I forgot which one's in front of which. Yeah, this will be a legendary. So this is a Raya. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 2 to ready another chosen character. It's a 6 inkable and it's a 5/5. On TCG, what do we see over there? $20 card. So that's 2 super rares, legendaries that are in the $20 range. So this set's doing pretty good so far. I like that. And a nice little forest duel. All right, so again, we're doing a Rip and Stay program, so this will, of course, be at the store available for you to buy, sell, trade, and have some fun with us today. All right, next up. Man, this is a really good bundle. Holy shit. All right, here we go. And we got ourselves a Dale. The Rescue Rangers are in town. Look at this. We've got ourselves a Rescue Rangers playmat. By the way, playmats are available here at the store. We've got this version, and there's a separate version which I think has, what's her name? It's like something involving like a wrench. Ashley, I know you know this. Ratchet or not Ratchet? What's her name? Yeah, what is? It's not Ratchet, but it's something similar. She was one of the Rescue Rangers. There's our Lorcana, or our Disney-based trivia for the night. Moving along with Little Sister. Of course, you have some new Winnie the Pooh characters for the first time in the game. Crick Key. This is, hold on. This is Mulan? I think is that Mulan? Yeah, that is Mulan. Okay. All right, my 90s and early aughts Disney trivia continues unabated. I haven't watched Big Hero 6 or Wreck-It Ralph, so I'm missing some of those. Pluto, Archimedes. I love the representation that they give to the Merlin movies. We saw Aladdin already. Everyone's got a weakness. Love this. This is going to be a purple effect right here. Move 1 damage counter from each damage character you have in play to chosen opposing character. Draw a card for each damage counter. Move this way. That's pretty darn good. It's just a foil rare, but if you want to take a look at it, yeah, check it out. Typically, foil rares, yeah, quite a bit cheaper. But that is at a foil price. Is at a cold foil price. Looks like cold foil is about $7 over there on the right. So that'd be a recent sale, yeah. So yeah, here's I'm an old school Magic guy, so I'll give you a little heads up. There was a time in TCGs, specifically in the Magic world, where pulling any foil out of a pack was like at one point it was like 1 in 10. You know, and that's just it could be a common foil, right? To get a rare foil, when they started becoming more common, it would still be a 1 rare foil per box, and that was like your 1 foil rare per box, and that didn't necessarily mean that was a mythic foil either. So seeing foils in almost in fact, in every pack in all the games from Pokemon, Magic, Lorcana, etc. I just come from a different time when you didn't see that, so like being able to see even a regular foil would be like, oh, holy crap, I didn't know, you know? And that's why if you are familiar with, in the Magic world, something called 7th edition foils, they are the rarest of rare, because it was the first time a core set had foils in it. And so things like a Birds of Paradise foil from that set would go for thousands of dollars, when a normal card from that set would be a few dollars. Just some little nonsense that I didn't learn becoming a doctor or anything useful, but I know about TCGs. All right, here we are. All right, going back to the polls.
Ashley said the girl's name is Gadget.
Gadget. Gizmo and Gadget. That's right. Not Racket or Rocket. Thank you very much, Ashley. Dream of Californication. Most everyone's mad here. And what like great tongue-in-cheek references to the classics, like your Alice in Wonderland, your Cheshire Cat, all that. I love it. This is also an effect I considered putting into one of my decks because I do a lot of fun stuff like this. Gain lore equal to the damage on chosen character, then banish them. So, it's just 7. 7's such a high, and it's uninkable. If it was like inkable, maybe it would find a spot in that deck, but like that's a lot. You got to commit to a deck that is very specific around that, like the Sisu decks. Oh, I don't know about that. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Fred Giant Size. What is this? What movie would this be from? Whenever this character quests, reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a Floodborn character card. I love that they're still giving like a lot of stuff to Floodborn. Put the card into your hand and shuffle the rest of your deck. But what is that? Fred Giant Sized. Absolute no prize for the first person in the chat who lets me know what the heck that is. Because I'm very curious. It's a $7 card. Okay. The foil variant is $7, yeah. But what could it be from? Big Hero 6. Property is Big Hero 6, says it right there on the card. Okay. That's the only downside. I wish they could somehow reference the movie. And I understand that there's not always a movie, but like just something that lets you know what type, like, because you're merging around 70 years of TV, movie, animations, like not everybody's seen everything. So it just would be kind of cool if we knew without having to look it up what it was from. Now this definitely looks like, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. Not a rescuer's property. Great Mouse Detective, perhaps? No.
No, it's Cinderella.
Is it Cinderella? It is Cinderella. Well played. All right, yeah, there's a Cinderella card. All right, and on the pack 8 from the bundle, do we want to do a full box? I feel like at some point I might have like ran out of steam. Here's another Fred. Alrighty, the wardrobe. I'll tell you what, if there's more than, say, 5 people that say, yes, continue the stream before I'm done here, I'll go ahead and continue the stream and we'll crack the box. If not, I'll let this beautiful Wreck-It Ralph be like the highlight of this particular episode. The Colonel right here. While you have 3 or more puppy characters to play. Yo, Puppy Tribal is crazy. There's so many Dalmatians and puppies. And they haven't done Oliver and Company yet. I want, you know what I mean? Why should I worry? I want all that stuff. All right, here we go. This is Amber. Pua, Bodyguard. When this character is banished, you may draw a card. That's not bad. It is an uncommon though. So if that's worth something, that's crazy.
No, it's only overdrawn.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to go up because on play, it's going to be revealed.
Well, it is a bodyguard, which is nice. And then when it's destroyed, you gain a card. It's 3, it's inkable. It's a highly playable card. Highly playable. We are watching that soon. Oh, okay.
Right now, we're on YouTube. We have 5 on Facebook. No comments on Facebook. Some, a couple on YouTube.
Here's what I could do. I'm going to start cracking some packs from this box. Maybe these will just be packs that we use for prizing, tomorrow. So, like, if we don't pull an Enchanted, maybe I'll just leave that for that. That might be what happens. Let's take a look. Jeremy said to crack some product, so I'm cracking some product. He didn't say to take, like, forever to crack it, but, like, he's not here.
He is watching.
They all are. Mike's watching, too. Mike, pop in the chat and just let me know if I screw up something. So, yeah, next time we'll definitely do this with you here, buddy. And tomorrow we got to do the Pokemon with you because I'll be like, what the hell am I doing here? All right. I mean, I'm not a Pokemon person. I think everyone knows that.
It's time to learn.
No, I don't want to learn new things. All right, so Madrigal. I've got too many movies to watch. I can't watch that crap too. All right, Madrigal, Okuska, Dale, the Dodo. The Dodo is from Alice in Wonderland. A lot of Alice in Wonderland. Okay, Tamago. This is a Big Hero 6, I assume. Which one had the racers in it, or was it Wreck-It Ralph? All right. You should know some of this. You have kids. You have the excuse. Blue Fairy. Blue Fairy actually as this is Illusion, right? No, this one's not Illusion. Blue Fairy for 2. Purple. Blurple, if you will. Evasive. And then support. Pretty good character for 2. Like, they've been slowly upgrading the power level. But I like how they're locking it into 2 mandatory colors, which just kind of helps create a meta. Napoleon. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing we won't do. Wow, this is a big one. I have yet to incorporate any of these sing-togethers, but I should. Ready all your characters for the rest of this turn. They take no damage from challenges and can't quest. Oh, that's pretty good. Because I have a bunch of effects that will be like an Aladdin effect, which reduces your opponent's lore when they hit a creature. Or, what's another good one? I can use like the characters that work with the Queen. So the Queen says when this does damage to a creature, you draw a card. So this isn't bad. That's a pretty decent little effect there. Heads held high. Sing together. Remove up to 3 damage from any of the chosen characters. All opposing characters get -3. Okay, not bad. Wait, I know this one. She is. This has got to be Rescuers, I think, or Rescuers Down Under. That was the sequel because I'm old and I know that. It was the Australian version of the Rescuers. These are the kind of things you won't get on any other kind of, let's say, ship stream. But here at the Rip and Stay stream, you get this kind of intel. If you are a dad or trying to be one, this is the stream for you. If you like dad jokes, this is also the stream for you. If you like 40-year-old dudes talking about cartoons and nonsense, this might be the stream for you too. I have my dog right over here too. This is such a weird day. I'm having a good day. Although I did get a ticket because there was gum outside my house in Brooklyn. I'm just saying, like, what's going on, world? You know? Okay, back to Lorcana. Alice. Gum. Anyway. Chica. I hope some of the comments when people are watching this in the future, like, I enjoy watching Kevin kind of, like, melt down while cracking packs. It's like cracking packs for anxiety. Figaro. What is he from? Don't tell me. But give me a hint. I know this cat. But what is this cat from? Don't tell me, but hints. Okay. Because... Is it Pinocchio? Was Figaro Geppetto's cat? I feel like he was definitely a human in a Disney movie's cat. And he had like a semi-prominent role as like comic relief. Yeah, I'm going to go with Geppetto's cat. I don't remember if Geppetto had a cat. I think that's why he was so lonely. Anyway, Figaro. Yeah? Yes! Woo! Woo! Look at me go. Absolute no prize for Kevin. Okay. Desperate plan. Ready? Hades. You know what's funny? I'm kind of just I'm passing over how playable or fun these cards are, and I'm just picking out the properties that I like. But hey, we got him here at the store. And here's Fred, yet again, a $7 copy of him. Oh my god, that was pack 2. Do we have the strength to get through all 24? Oh my god. I'll tell you, the video, mwah, killing it. The quality here, exceptional. Tony's been working his ass off. I'm going to give him a little bit of credit. He's been doing the work behind the scenes to make sure we get some good streaming content. Now we just have to create the good streaming content, and that's on me. But hopefully y'all are having some fun with us, and it's a nice way to kick back and just look at some pretty cards and listen to some nonsense. I listen to other nonsense in the morning. There's this old guy that talks about silver for like 3 hours while he eats Jimmy Dean hot dogs, and it's some of the funniest content you'll ever hear because it's just like some old guy losing it, and I get it. All right, here we go. Louisa. I can't wait till Bob's Burgers is in this game. Flower. Whenever you play another character, look at the top card of your deck. Put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. Aww, it's cute. I'm a Bambi guy. That's really cute. The Thumper thing, Flower. it pulls on the old heartstrings. Like every dude of a certain age that watched Bambi cried when that, what happened. It was okay to cry. Jim Deere foil. All right, on to pack 3. How's everybody doing, by the way? You having some fun?
Ashley said if you have a Disney quiz tomorrow, and if so, what will I win?
Say one more time.
Ashley said,
Yeah.
will you have a Disney quiz tomorrow? And if so, what will I win?
So the streamer or watcher said, will we have a quiz or a trivia tomorrow? And if so, what will she win? Yes, and I'm going to figure it out. But it'll be something. Probably some packs or some promos, maybe a play mat. We'll do something fun. All right. But I'm going to... God, I can't even say I can give you hard questions because we did like an Epcot-based trivia quiz, and she's like, oh, I know when Luis is working at Epcot on Thursdays from 5 to 7, and like what their drive home is. I'm like, how the hell do you know this stuff? Anyway, stalker. Yeah. When autism meets ADHD. I already know what you said before you said it. All right. That's half my conversations with like everyone. It was like, yo, I'm there already. Just stop talking. All right. Bernard. Thumper. Aw, Thumper. He little Sparky. Reminds me of one of my dogs. Reminds me of several of my dogs, actually. In fact, all of them. There's Gadget. Ah, well, when you put her name on it, yeah, it's easy. Mother Gothel. I believe there's... No, that's not an enchanted one. Whenever this character... Mother Gothel, right? This is Rapunzel, and I have not seen that movie, so yes, I agree. I should see that, too. Ooh. Oh. Smack talk from Tony. Tony says Mother Gothel and Rapunzel ain't S, you know what I mean? Madam Mim. So the reason I bring up Madam Mim is Madam Mim previously was a purple card, and then they splashed in red or ruby this time. Has shift, and it says when you play this character, banish her or another chosen character. Let me try this again. When you play this character, banish her or return another chosen character of yours to your hand. That's actually really good. That's actually that's actually good utility, like being able to bounce stuff. Like, because the bounce package is a little bit weak lately, so Madam Mim bouncing is pretty nice. Mother Gothel, yeah. Not bad. Yeah, so there's some nice tradable, good value in these cards. Perdita, coming to us from, I forgot, I think it was Into the Inkwell that we got the first of the Dalmatians. And there's like Dalmatian Tribal right now. It's crazy with all the dogs. They brought the crocodile in from Peter Pan, the one that ate the hand. I love it. You think Jafar? So we did Ursula. We've done now Jafar. Who will be the next featured villain? I think Captain Hook is a good one to go for. Hades also has a lot of play.
But the thing is, there's more pirate characters.
There's a lot of pirate characters.
And rotations coming out, so
That's a good. Yep, I like that. Okay, I'm here for that. Madame Medusa. Pull the lever. I love this. They've got this little gimmick where it's pull the lever and then wrong lever or something like that, and they reference each other. And it's just funny. Yeah. I mean, look, if you've never seen Emperor's New Groove, that was a great movie. Great movie. I really, really like it. New Maui and Brutus. Ooh, wow, this is a hungry-looking crocodile. During your turn, whenever this character is banished, if one of your characters was damaged this turn, you gain 2 lore. What a unique effect. All right, so we're rocking and rolling here. Still, from the initial, what are we at now? 12 or so packs. I think these were the only legendaries. There might have been 1 or 2 I missed. Good value, though. Each of them about $20, and then, of course, the Enchanted. So, I mean, paid for the box and then some. So, like, good value. And we're just Lumiere. Favorite 90s Disney movie? What is it, Tony?
My favorite?
Yes. Yo, can't go wrong. Yeah, Aladdin was good. I mean, if you were a part of the Lion... so I'm old, right? I think I've referenced this. I was a part of it where, like, the Disney Renaissance started with Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, all like back to back to back to back. And then Lilo and Stitch was in there too. Like banger after banger. Like you could not be not a Disney fan. Like you had to. It was your life. Oh, it's perfect timing too. Theater releases. Man, this was such a big deal when Lion King was out for like 6 months and it was the top of the charts. They take it away, and then like 4 months later, they bring it out for another month, and it again topped the charts. It was crazy. And then you'd have to wait for the VHS like a year. It was wild. It was so wild to think like. Oh yeah, facts. You have guys with their little pocket cams giving you videos. All right, so we have an Anna. This is Blurple. A lot of support for Blurple. Win this character quest. If you have a character named Elsa in play, you may draw a card. Nice, nice. A Donald Duckosaurus. There's a Goofy in here that's pretty darn good, too. This Donald says he deals with nephews and piggy banks and then draw cards. Very cool. And then this is, okay, so Little Sister, again, from the Winnie the Pooh neighborhood. A lot of tribal support for removing damage from a character and getting an effect. That is something that Des plays, and she does it really well with the, I think it's Tamatoya, and a lot of it, like, put damage purposefully on your creatures, remove it, either gain lore, draw cards, win game. Like, it's good strategy. All right, moving along. Bruno Madrigal. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. And I've already mixed up my colors. Oh no, Jimmy Dean sausages. Ah. The Dodo. Yasmin. See, I told you we start moving along. What the hell is this? Ravenous Plague. What is that? It's a villain. What do you think this is? What story could that be? That art in the purple, like, blob looks really familiar. Like, it's a very specific style with the stretching of whatever that is. But what would that be? Huh. That's fair. Ashley, let me know if you know what Droon is. I'm curious. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, they're making new characters that are now Disney characters. Vincent Santorini. The Colonel. Another doggo. And get out! Get out of the chopper! Banish chosen character, then return an item card from your discard to your hand. Yo, items, okay. So they're adding red and blue and making an item thing. So item decks with red and blue could be a real solid win there. Because blue by itself is already everything item. It's just like blue and magic. Banish chosen character, then return an item card from your discard to hand. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, we're about 8 packs down out of the box. Smooth sailing, my friend. Rip and stay all the way. I don't hate that idea. Television set. Captain Hook. Jewel collar. Light the Foos. Another Madam Mim. Jiminy Cricket. Hey, all right, here we go. We got another legendary. Technically the first one from the actual box. Rapunzel, evasive, a 2/5. Winner of this character quests chosen opposing character can't quest during their next turn. This is in fact, this is exactly the same one I just pulled if I just look down. so we got another one. What the hell? This is where Tony's supposed to be like, yo, dude, we already pulled that one. All right, well. Hold on, we'll get more prize packs. I'm gonna make this box pay me off in another legendary that's not Rapunzel. Give me a second here. Hope you're all enjoying, whether you're on your way home today or if you're just kicking back and eating some Doritos and listening to a nonsense stream. That's what we're going to be doing every Thursday here from the Basement at Collectors. We'll be coming to you with a market watch, and then we'll either have a live game or do some kind of crack and stay. We'll do some kind of fun stuff like that. Tomorrow we'll definitely have a Pokemon crack and stay, and then we'll also have Final Fantasy when that comes out next week, and that's going to be ridiculous. All right, Perdita. And, ooh, this might be a couple bucks. So we have a legendary foil Pinocchio. So Pinocchio says evasive, 0/4 for 4, Inkerable, 2 lore that it can quest for. Once during your turn, whenever you ready this character, you may draw a card. So at the beginning of your turn, you ready him, you get to draw a card. That's great value on a character like this. A 0/4 Inkable, really nice. What's that come in? Do we have a TCG on that? Pinocchio, strings attached. I've got no strings. Now that looks like the non-foil. Can we scroll down a hair and see what? Yeah, cold foil. So normal is, wow, it says 30 right there. Keep scrolling. What else do we have for pricing? Yeah, we don't have an actual price. So anywhere from 15 to 30 bucks. That's kind of wild. That just means that basically no one's had it in, because this set hasn't even technically released yet. So no one's had it in yet. But yeah, that's a beautiful card right there. That's a solid one. God, do I want that? I mean, evasive is really useful, and it just auto draws you. That's a good card. I might have to buy that. Let's see. All right, so that's pretty good. Now I'm hyped. Now I'm seeing some good stuff. All right. We'll do a few more packs. I keep saying that until we're out of packs. The Dodo. Yasmin. Tubby Turtle. I will never, ever, ever. No. Figaro. Bruno Madrigal. Bruno says, whenever this character sings a song, you may draw a card for each character you haven't played. Wow, that's good. That's really good. If you have a bunch of little one-drops, you could draw your whole... That's crazy good. Okay, I like that. Tramp. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may draw a card. A lot of drawing effects going on here. And good old foil Bobby. Gosh darn it, Bobby. Keep on telling you. We're learning so much about each other right now. So it's not really about the friends you make along the way. It's about the journey. Did I do that wrong? I love how Tony is listening to me right now. It's just hilarious. I know. Stopped chaos in its track. Hercules, roll. All right, little Hercules rant. If you haven't seen this movie Hercules, which also came out in that Disney Renaissance era, in the last, say, 15, 20 years, watch it again. It is way better than it has any right to be. It's you know how hard Phil Collins goes on Tarzan? That's how good Hercules is. It's actually a really good video. Okay. End of rant. The Colonel. Hey, Goofy, this is actually one of the ones I wanted to find. I don't even play Amber, but I know it's a good card. So this is Goofy, Legendary Rare, groundbreaking chef. He's inkable. He's a 3/4 stat with 2 lore he can gain. But the important part is, at the end of your turn, you remove up to 1 damage from each of your other characters, and you ready each character you remove damage from this way. So there goes that healing tribal. What are we looking at? 20 bucks right here? That is an excellent card right there. Yeah, market price, 15 to 20. Yeah, that's very cool stuff. Nice legendary there. So far, all the legendaries, now granted it is pre-release weekend, are sitting all about 20 bucks. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I do enjoy when it feels like Lorcana is really hitting its paces. You know, some of the sets, around set 3 and 4 and 5 had a little bit of a lull. I think because they were messing around with how much product they were printing, and they kind of overprinted some things, and the enchanteds were not quite as good as everybody wanted. But I think they're kind of catching back up again. I think they know what they're doing, and they're putting. That's the idea behind this new rare system where they've got epics, enchanteds, and iconics. They're trying to bring in the collectors, the people that are just want to embrace the cards and the art, and then they also want to have the product be cheap enough that your players can get in and have some fun with it too. And those that are like to collect and play can have a little bit to flex with. All right, there's a Verdita, a Brutus, a Little Sister, a Scarab, Arthur, Abu. By the way, we have great deals on all of our bulk. We have Lorcana bulk, all sorted by color. We've got Magic bulk, and we've got Pokemon bulk, all here at the store. So if you're looking to add to your decks and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I think we do something I think it's 25 bulk cards for $10. It's, and we've got thousands and thousands of cards. So come on by, build your deck. You can do it very cheap, and come play with us anytime. We're open 7 days a week. All right, Candy Drift. Fantastical and magical. For each character that sang this song, draw a card in game 1. Wow. Yeah, but if you have 9 characters singing, you draw 9, you gain 9. That's how that works. So you would build your deck to be able to pull this off and just win. That's crazy. Wow, that's really crazy. Okay, wow, that's really crazy. I like that a lot. It's those oh shit, I wasn't expecting this to happen, and all of a sudden they just won kind of cards, you know? Wreck-It Ralph himself, I believe this is the same one from the Enchanted. Yep, that is the same one. So that's probably a couple bucks. They never came back. This is up to 2. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is a fun one. Purple does a lot of manipulations. Up to 2 chosen characters can't start ready at the start of their next turn and draw a card. I'm gonna put that to the side. A little comment I think I need. Cool stuff. God, that I don't have a deck that would utilize this correctly, but that is a pretty fantastical and magical card, no doubt about it. Hey, we're on to our last stack of our packs. What the heck? How's everybody doing in the chat? Real talkative community today?
We have right now, we have 1 more on YouTube, we have 5 on Facebook.
All right. I mean, I could say something like, I'll tell you what. If you comment in the stream with your favorite common pull, come on by the store tonight and you'll get it. How about that? Huh? That's not working harder. That's working smarter. Archimedes. All right, let's see. So there's a 9-drop in Amber as well. Sing together 9. It means no worries. It says return up to 3 character cards from your discard to your hand. You may pay 2 less for the next character you play this turn. That's really good value. Really good value. The rip and stay. Oh yeah, we got the bam. One more time. And we got Bolt. Bolt, a 4 lore. Check this out. Check these stats out. It's a 3 inkable. Okay. 0/4. He enters exerted, so like someone could hit him. But he quests for 4. So if you can somehow give it evasive, which there are locations and spells that do it, if you can somehow untap him, which there are, again, ways to do it, or even just put a bodyguard in front of him, the next turn you're getting 4 lore and it only costs you 3, and it's inkable. I'm telling you, this game has already like raised its power level quite a bit. You never saw this in the first 3 chapters. That's a really cool card, though. And Lumiere. I do like seeing me some Lumiere. Lumiere, shift 3, evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge characters. Sacre bleu. Whenever one of your items is banished, this character gets +1 this turn. So, if you're playing this with popsicles, and you banish the popsicles, let's say you have 4 in play and you banish all 4, he gets +4 lore this turn. He quests for 6. That's crazy value. And then if you play the return popsicle guys and you just keep rinsing and repeating, do you see where we're going with this? Crazy value. Really, really fun card. And a Chica. Chicken, the Chica, the Chica, Chica. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got to dancing. All right, I'll make this the last pack. Just so we can move on with our day and have some fun. There's Pull the Lever. Monstro, wow, the whale that ate the guy in the story. Did we eat Geppetto? And Pinocchio. Yeah. Wow, I haven't seen that movie in 100 years, you know what I'm saying? Rush, choose and discard a card. Ready this character. You can't quest for the... Wow, so he's just a beat mode. That's pretty cool. I like that. Lady, hey, Lady was one of the more expensive cards in the Enchanteds. May be worth taking a look at on TCG. Lady is a 1-drop, 0/3. Whenever you play this character gets +1 attack this turn. And while this character has 3 or more attack, she gets +2. So nice little, like, not bad, kind of cool. And it's dog tribal, and this is the first time you see Lady in the game. So I think there's a lot of just good utility there. Inkable, lot to love. And finally, Dormhouse, nice little foil there. When you play this character, you may put 1 damage character counter on chosen character. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that again was a stream. I'll give the rest of these away for prize packs to you guys during our big event, which is going on tomorrow starting at 6 o'clock, and that is the Rise of Jafar Lorcana Disney-themed release party that we're doing at our club, The Basement, at Collectors, 2705 Hempstead Turnpike in Levittown, Long Island. We hope to see you guys. Come on by, have some fun. On this stream, you should find our Discord link or just go to collectorsemporium.com for all of the socials. And that is going to be a night. Thank you all for coming out. Have a great night. Bye-bye.